we went through the Vshojo drama, and we kind of already know that this is horrible. Like, this is just bad stuff, horrible stuff. Gunrun himself kind of went and admitted it. We were discussing, like on the Twitch stream, like how long he should even go into jail for. I was guessing like 3 to 4 years, because it does kind of seem like a big case of embezzlement. Like, you know, it looks like he stole money, like especially after the $500,000 from the Iron Mouse. That if you guys were paying attention to this drama, he like retweeted stuff, and like he knew the event was going on. So like he's like, oh, I later learned it was intended for charitable stuff, and that was never true, because apparently he knew. Like, so just like, it's just a horrible response, allegedly. Like, this is bad. But the big thing out here is the $11 million mark, and like they're trying to go raise money, because they even admit this right here, or he did. We raised around $11 million to pursue a bold talent first approach. And I've actually done a little bit of like angel investing, so I somewhat know how this stuff kind of works out. And I also have had companies go into bankruptcy before too as well, that I've invested into, and I've had to deal with like the big legal process for it. So I find this extremely entertaining. So like, they shut down, like the companies all shut down. So what makes it entertaining though is Intense over here has this post, and they gave the credit over here to waifu Vshojo. And I got access to their recent Vshojo pitch deck, and some of the stuff is really interesting. And I want to go through this all, because this is some crazy stuff that's kind of going viral a little bit. So let's go, I guess, kind of do it. Oh, they have some Vshojo. After this little thing is all done, I will gladly listen to that. So they had, like, I respect the talents. I think the talents are dope. I just feel really bad that they lost money and they've had to go through all this kind of public turmoil, because this is going to be probably a long process. But apparently Gunrun was the most connected Twitch staff. I'm going to chime in my own thoughts on this a bit myself, because I did know, like, I've been on Twitch for like 11, 12 years now. I think actually I had 122 month resubs in my stream today. So 12 years, like crazy, or 10. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been a partner. So I've known of Gunrun. I've seen the emails floating around. He like used to hang around a lot of different Twitch streams I used to watch and mod for. So I just know the guy. Not personally, but like I know the vibe. And he was relatively well connected. He helped out a lot of streamers at the start when it comes to hugging like those in real life backpacks and making, you know, just helping people do in real life streams when it first became a thing, maybe a little bit more hardcore. But apparently this whole company was lost $2.5 million in 2024. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. What's up, Alter? That is crazy. Like, you are a streaming company. I don't even know. I'm a streamer. Like, I have a VTuber model made, and it's a good one. Like, I'm talking good ones. I've met a lot of VTubers. I know corporate people at this point now. How do you spend $2.5 million? No, I understand models can cost up to like 50K. Like, they can go up a lot of money. Or doing big events like concerts and stuff. Yes, like that costs money to make that happen. And it really kind of seems like staff seems like the biggest one. They have the numbers here, so we'll look. But how do you lose that much money? Even with aggressive growth, they still not turn a profit, and this also included plans to license out the IPs, which I think that's like bringing like Vshojo to things like Smite or something, and Smite would be like, we'll give you $1 million, and then you do some sponsor stuff and make it all cool, profit split, whatever. Uses the fact that they raised over $1 million for charity to attract investments, but no one knows that includes that 500K number that was stolen. That's crazy. 10 talent managers, their salaries are included with the COGS, cost of goods. I really want to see that. But like 10 talent managers, I don't think you need that many for a company. Like, I know some actual agencies that do like proper big boy sponsorships, and like even them having 10 or so people, it kind of seems a little bit like a lot. So I don't know how I feel about that. You know, it is a lot. Plus there's like the salary for all of them too, and if they're not doing anything, like a lot of streamers are very hands-on, or like put out the tweets themselves and kind of pick things themselves. Like I feel like it's hard to find the work for 10 talent managers with also 30 employees. I'm not sure if that includes both or not, but like that's insane. Like, you give them all at least 50K, and that's kind of a low like price point now for a job. Like that's like $1 million right there, like $1.5 million right there a year. And like, there's just people working, but like you don't really need them unless you're like full-time artists and stuff. But then that also would also make the other prices go down. Like these numbers don't make sense to me. So claims IP licensing will bring in $2.1 million with nothing to back up that number. And also they had in real life photos of all these people. This is crazy. This is coming out. So it looks like their revenue, they were making good money. Apparently they made $3.6 million in 2024 and were basically on growth for $4.8 million. That's a lot of money. Although I believe a lot of that was probably also like how much the streamer made. They probably have to pay him out quite a bit as well. Because I'm assuming this like COG, this COGS, whatever. This is probably going towards the maybe performers. That'd be my guess on a financial mind. So the revenue numbers, they made $4.8 million, and then they had to pay out 4.3, which would make sense off the cuts maybe. I'm not really sure though. They apparently made $2 million off of merch, 2.5 off of sponsors and other revenue. Crazy. And apparently they were assuming they're going to make $2 million off the IP. That's a lot. They have the margins as well, which seems okay. They're still making profit apparently, but nothing crazy. 500K for a business is not horrible, but I also had to pay all these salaries, which is at 1.9, 1.5, 1.5. Conference and events, like, okay. Marketing promo, that's fine. And then other ops as well. I'm curious where like they specifically would pay out the people, but I'm assuming it's the COGS on that number. I mean, they still have to make money too as well. And talent manager costs and COGS scales with talent growth, but I'm assuming that's also like, because it's just like, I don't know, it just makes sense. I guess that makes sense. But I could be wrong. I might be misreading that. These are some crazy things to see. Creator to founder, Justin, he the CEO of Vshojo. Does anyone actually know? I wish I had like some hardcore VTubers over here. But what about Vshojo Japan? Like, how does that math work out? So did he also make like Vshojo America and Vshojo Japan? Because I always thought, like, I'm not as familiar with the Japanese version of it too. Employee number 2 on Twitch probably had some good equity. At least he probably made a lot of money. Launched Vshojo November 2020 as well. They are connected? Okay. So I'm curious what's going to happen to Vshojo Japan, because I think it's still going as well. But these are just the normal pitch decks, and they're doing milestones. Oh, wait, bro, this is actually even more proof that wasn't this like the charity thing? So they're literally going to pitch things, and he's trying to raise money using this subscription record, which was also for charity. That's crazy. And look, I mean, they're also like promoting this girl out hardcore. I mean, it's Iron Mouse, makes sense. That's great. I think this was the charity event that they just admit that they stole money on. That's nuts. We're number 1 outside of Japan too as well. We've solved the cold start problem to becoming a major creator brand. I think they were trying to do like an Uber, where they were basically losing money, but they had a user base. So they had to kind of milk the user base through like sponsors, IP rights, or like merch sales. So I'm surprised they weren't doing like merch drops every other week, but that's probably a big reason why. They also did go mention they have over $1 million in charity. That is crazy. Industry just finding contracts, whatever. The biggest thing is probably more on the numbers that they came out with. Strong brand identity. This guy is basically trying to go, which makes sense, it is Vshojo. But like, that's crazy, dude. They don't have this brand identity, but like he screwed over the entire brand. And also saying like the IP and sponsorship growth. I think that poor Iron Mouse girl was saying that she was like the number 1 biggest person, so they kept on having to like rely on her, which kind of makes sense. I feel bad. Because like she's like, hey, if I have to take a week off of streaming because I have all this medical stuff going on, it's gonna be rough. That sounds horrible. And so apparently their growth strategy they want to raise money for to secure major VTubers from other agencies ready to debut. Interesting. It does look like the Japanese one is done. I'm assuming so, because then they're probably gonna lose a lot of money from the American one. I think, right? I mean, I guess. They want to scale their roster to get more talents, 30 people, but then it gets really bloated. And attracting top creators or brand appeals to both industry veterans and rising stars. And interesting, they want to do a new group or whatever. This is not going to happen, obviously, but they were trying to raise money for this. These are apparently pictures of some of the people. Outbound sales activation, leveraged network for outbound sales, shifting to proactive high-value deals, building upon G Fuel deal to partner with bigger brands. Okay, so this guy's, their growth strategy is just YOLO. I mean, they would have the viewership. They could probably get a PC sponsor, Elgato, whatever, is probably fine. But oh my God, like this is none of this is guaranteed and might take a long time, especially with VTubers and stuff. This looks like the same that happened with the Guard and other esports orgs. Yeah, kind of. Like, I feel like no one knows how to ever run a company. Like, I feel like it's really hard to not make money being a streaming group. Like, just either you want to go and slash salary and payroll, so just it sucks, you have to maybe fire some people, or as a CEO take less of a pay. And then, like, then you make money. Like, if you can't go and make a company that's just streaming that you somehow made $2 million on just by selling merch alone, like, bro, that's insane numbers. Like, just do a little bit like less concerts, then do a little bit of less marketing, and like, I don't know, like just fire some people. Like, this really shouldn't have been a problem. So this does seem like there is some mismanaged money, because this is a really easy business, you know. It sounds like it was like run by the people who ran artesian belts. Yeah. Like this is, I did like a deeper dive in this book, so I'm kind of talking about it. Vshojo, like this company should have never gone bust. Like if a normal leader was running this, number one, you should have always run a profit, because I believe the rumor was there was a 60-40 split. So apparently I think Vshojo was maybe getting, I'm not really even sure, like 40% for free, maybe. So that makes it crazy to me. Like, that really makes me crazy in my mind. Yeah, let me go become the Vshojo CEO. I'll take it over. I just don't, like, you shouldn't lose this much money. Like, a lot of these people just stay at home. They just play video games, and you're taking a cut off their ad money and subscription money, and apparently their charity money too. But also you're like doing sponsors and G Fuels and selling merch and all that. So there shouldn't really be that much of an overhead. It does cost a lot of money to make VTuber models. I would not want to take that away. But like, you're not spending like $100,000 every time. I mean, maybe. I saw Iron Mouse with a new model all the time, so who knows? More power to her. But I just don't think, like, the just doesn't make sense. Like, there is definitely some funny business here, allegedly. And what I'm looking through these, like, things from these pitch docs, if they're true, a lot of things don't make sense. Yeah, even like Get was just saying in chat, I don't know how they fumbled the bag so hard. So how did you fail this? Like, what? I don't know. And they also like could have made more YouTube videos in the Vshojo account, did more sponsors there. Like, there was a lot more stuff they could have done. And I just don't think they did it. And I don't know how. Like, this was some big drama, and I felt bad because like these people lost so much money. But yeah, I'm genuinely impressed in the bad way that this company somehow failed. Like, how did this company fail, bro? Like, what? Yeah. I'm disappointed. Like, there was a lot of potential. I think a lot of people were inspired by the Vshojo, even if they, like, even people who didn't know VTubing stuff were familiar with Vshojo. So it crazed me. Like, this is crazy stuff that they somehow fumbled the bag.